This is Bimbo News with your hosts, Allie Siegel, Melissa Stetton.
Hello and welcome to Bimbo News. I'm Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stetton.
This is a podcast where we will cover everything from viral news stories to pop culture to things that we watched on TV during the week. We have a Patreon. Our true crime episodes are now only available at patreon.com/webcrawlers for $5 a month. This week's Patreon episode is about Mark Twitchell, the murderer inspired by Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
Scary stuff. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and call into our hotline and leave a voicemail if you'd like to be on our mailbag episodes. Leave a message about something we've discussed in an episode. Tell us a secret, a story. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever you'd like.
Blah, 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 blah. Tell a story, blah, blah, blah.
That's it. Shh. Blah, 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 blah. The number is
626-63-420-69. Nice.
Melissa.
Yes.
Tell us this huge cornucopia of patrons we have today.
This huge cornucopia of patrons are Alexandra B., Zach W., Jessica M., Rebecca M., Ambrose, Rebecca L., Stacy E., Stephanie V., Charles, Steph H., David S., Matt K., Nikki P., Nathan M., Tara M., Robbie, Leah, Bobby Jean, Brandy, Devonar, Ariana, Bree, Mallory, and Jen. I like the name Mallory.
And I love all the names, but I love Bobby Jean.
Bobby Jean, yeah, that's a good name.
How fun is that? And like, I feel like
fun.
I'm on the front porch eating an apple
Bobby
pie.
Jean.
Bobby Jean.
In the swing on the
yeah,
front porch in down south.
Yeah, I love it. Guys, welcome to the team. Huge news.
Huge.
Melissa, Maria, and Martin and I went to see Taylor Swift.
And don't worry, we did not get those tickets from Twitter.
No. It was not the scammer who...
It was not the scammer.
That would have been amazing if we paid like $200 for those.
That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
No, Melissa and Martin came through last minute, surprising us, saying, "What are you guys doing Monday night? Do you want to go?" And Maria and I were like, obviously.
Are you kidding me? Yes.
And yes. And we didn't ask and we didn't know where we were sitting or anything like that. Like, I thought, okay, we're going to have nosebleed seats and I'm going to have the best time of my life.
That's not what Martin does. He didn't tell me. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, because he actually wanted to go to the show.
Oh my God.
And he was like, you don't want to go? I was like, I don't know. I don't really know Taylor Swift songs. Turns out I know every song.
And Taylor Swift facts. Like, I would say that it goes, Maria's actually like a super fan.
Oh, yes. She's a Swiftie.
She won't admit it, I don't think, but she knows, like, she does Taylor Swift math. She's one of those people.
Yeah.
And then I honestly think it's you and then it's me.
I really didn't, like, I'll listen, when her albums come out, I'll listen to it once and then, like, I'll hear it on the radio or I'll hear it wherever. Maybe I am listening to it more than I realize because I knew all the words of all the songs.
See, I listen to it a lot. Like, that's pretty much the only thing I listen to on Spotify, and that and a few other playlists.
Matchbox 20.
And Matchbox 20, honestly. But I don't know, like, Taylor Swift lore.
Yeah, I don't really either. I just started reading about, honestly, from Maria. She'll send us stuff.
And now I'm like, is she gay? Is she dating Carly Kloss? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and what's crazy, we went to the Monday night show, and then the Tuesday night show, the rumor, or was it the Wednesday? Whatever, it was one of the shows. The rumor was she was going to announce her 1989 Taylor's Version album, and people were like, there are clues. Apparently, at the show we went to, our like bracelet things flashed a certain color a certain amount of times that meant something. I don't know what it means. But at the show, the last show, she changed her costumes to wearing blue only
Blue.
for the last 3 or 4 songs. And everyone was like, oh my God, she's going to announce because 1989 is the blue album or whatever
which
that
I don't
means.
know any of that. Yeah.
So I was on Twitter, like refreshing, like
Yeah, me
waiting
too.
till 11:30. I'm like, oh my God, is she going to announce it? Is she going to announce it? And she fucking did announce it. I'm like, oh my God, she drops these clues on purpose.
Yeah, it's that's what it was where I was like, oh, the Swifties actually aren't crazy.
No, she does this.
Yeah, what they're not eggshells. What are they called? Easter eggs. Like the Easter eggs that she plants, the eggshells. The Easter eggs she plants really are real. She actually
I feel like
does
Taylor's
that shit.
like very online. Like she knows what's going on.
Yeah, either she or someone in her management is a mastermind. And so Carly Kloss came to the I love it how we were like, we're not going to do a Taylor Swift episode. We're going to talk about it for 3 hours. So Carly Kloss came to the last night where she introduced the 1989 Taylor's version.
And Carly was not in the celebrity tent area.
No, she was in the 200s or 300s or something.
Which is still a really good seat.
And I read, like, I guess the girl that she went with posted somewhere being like, these seats are, I think I sent it to you and Martin there. She was like, these seats are from Taylor's camp. Like Taylor's camp reserves certain seats that you can buy from Taylor's camp, like on Ticketmaster.
Okay.
But I guess 1989 is inspired by Carly Kloss.
I think so.
It's from when whatever. It's from when Taylor Swift moved to New York or something.
Right.
She moved to like be closer to Carly or something. And so
she was hanging out with a bunch of models.
Those models. Yeah.
It was her model phase. But I always thought Cornelia Street from the album Lover was about Carly because it's her old apartment.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so confused. If you guys know, call in because I don't know what's up with these two.
But I think am I a Swiftie now? Like her concert was incredible. 3.5 hours she performed with like costume changes in between. There was maybe like, I don't know, 15 to 30 seconds in between each album eras that she went through.
Yeah, afterwards I was like, what is her Adderall dosage? Like, I don't know how she...
We all felt hungover the next day.
Oh, I was not okay the next day. I slept the entire day.
I've never been that tired because we stood for 3 hours.
I was like, how does this bitch perform for 3 hours?
I didn't even drink any alcohol either. No. I had pizza.
Yeah, we had pizza and water and we were not okay for like 2 days after.
So tired.
Yeah, so what I do appreciate about her is that she's so rich. But I think she's really giving her fans their money's worth, you know?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I think she's like working for that cash. And
she like increases the GDP in each city she goes to because so many people fly in, especially LA, because so many people fly in. It was 6 sold out shows, 70,000 people fit in SoFi.
That's insane.
She increases the economy for it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy that she and Beyonce are touring at the same time.
I didn't even know Beyonce was touring.
Yeah, she's touring right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beyonce's shows are amazing. I went to one of her shows.
Yeah, you did. But most importantly, more important than Taylor Swift is that our listener Amber spotted me, Maria, and Melissa at the show and asked for a photo with us.
And I've felt like a celebrity.
I am on a high still.
That was the first time I think anyone's like recognized us on the podcast.
Yes. Yeah, I got recognized once before. I was in a Target parking lot and I tripped, and then someone
had a nice fall.
Yeah, have a nice fall. See you next year. And someone yelled out, "Are you okay? I love your Twitter."
Someone did that to me too. I didn't fall, but I was crossing the street going to like an audition, like, I don't know, 10 years ago. Some girl was like, "I love you on Twitter." And I was like, yes!
Yeah, I was like, so I rode that Target high until now where I'm riding.
Yeah, a couple of years I was riding that high.
Yeah, that's amazing. That shows how desperate we are. But
One time, Adam Scott recognized me. This was like, I think 8 years ago. I was doing a show at UCB. I was like the guest, whatever, monologue
Yeah.
person. And we had followed each other on Twitter for a long time. And like, he'll reply to my tweets or like interact. This was like 2010 maybe. And I went backstage. He's like, "You're Melissa." He's like, "Oh, you're funny on Twitter." I was like, "Oh, thank you. You are too."
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh my God."
Mindy Kaling said that to me once.
In person?
Yeah, we were also at UCB because I was listening to BJ Novak back when I was friends with him do like some sort of reading or something. He was reading his short stories before his short story book came out. And she said, "Oh yeah, you're funny on Twitter." She's unfollowed me since though.
Oh, nuts. She still follows me. I think I haven't checked in a while.
Well, watch out.
Fuck.
Well,
Anyway, what other celebrities have told you you're funny?
The whole time. Well, speaking of the famouses, Katy Perry is at it again. This story confuses me so much. So if you remember, this was several years ago. Katy Perry was trying to buy, I think it was like a convent in Los Feliz or something.
Yes.
It was an 8-acre, I don't know if it was like a convent or some sort of house or something, but a bunch of nuns, 2 nuns owned it. And she was in a real estate battle with them. And then one of the nuns ended up dying during the real estate battle.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't she like pass out at court or something?
Yeah. It was like all this horrible stuff.
So then everyone was joking about like Katy Perry killed a nun. Like that was those were the memes.
Yes. So now she's in a 3-year lawsuit over a Montecito mansion she purchased in 2021 for $14.2 million. Yowza. So this 83-year-old Carl Westcott moved into the home 2 months before, I guess, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom bought it.
How was that possible?
So what happened is, he's a veteran, and he had bought the home planning to live there for the rest of his life. He has Huntington disease, and I guess that he had a surgery. And he was in impaired health and didn't have good mental faculties at the time. And I guess he signed or something about like his family or whatever, because of his poor health, like put the home up for sale. He signed the paperwork, but he's saying that he didn't have the correct faculties at the time. He wasn't of sound mind.
Oh, okay.
To sign the paperwork. And he's fine now. I guess like he's feeling, it says, about a week after the contract was signed on July 22nd, 2020, Westcott said he started to feel mentally clear again after the opiates from his surgery wore off, and sent a letter to the real estate agency representing the property. And he said, "Oh, I actually don't want to sell my home." And
interesting.
Katy and Orlando Bloom were like, "Too bad. Like, we want the home. We've signed the paperwork. Like, it's ours." So now they're in a legal battle to get the house.
That's complicated.
Yeah, but I'm like, listen, you could have any house you want.
Yeah.
Just get a different one.
You could have any house you want in the world. Literally any house. Just fucking pick another house in that neighborhood. I'm sure there's houses for sale.
Also, not to be crass, this 83-year-old man who has Huntington's disease, who wants to live out the rest of his life in this house, I don't think he has that much time left.
Yeah, like,
why don't you sign a contract saying when he passes, you get the house, and just wait it out 10 years, or whatever it's going to be, or 5 to 10 years. Like, it's so, this guy now has to spend the remainder of his life enmeshed in a legal battle with Katy Perry over a house.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah, and you're going to make this guy who's sick, like, pack up all his belongings and move now?
Seriously, if you have $14 million to spend on a house, fucking buy another house.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, like, obviously, clearly, this guy also has that money, but he's 83 and not in good shape. Like,
he doesn't want to have to look for a house and, like, move and, like...
At 83 years old? Like, come on. I don't know. I mean... Clearly, legally, it seems like they maybe have the right to the house, but if he wasn't in sound mind and body, like, I don't know. Anyway, she just seems like a real narcissistic biatch.
Yeah, fucking move somewhere else. I'm sure they own like 10 houses somewhere else too. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you can buy a $14 million house, like, I don't know, it sucks. Speaking of snakes, what's this woman attacked by a hawk and a snake? That's a bad day.
This is a bad day for this lady.
Yeah.
So this woman was mowing her lawn. I mean, this sounds crazy. It sounds fake. She was in Texas. Yeah. So a hawk was carrying a snake.
Oh my God.
Flying over her. Sounds like a tattoo, like a hawk carrying a snake.
Yeah. What?
And apparently the hawk dropped the snake and the snake fell on the lady and the snake, she's okay, by the way. So she didn't die. So the snake wrapped itself around her arm.
Oh my God.
Like squeezing. And she was trying to get the snake off. The hawk swooped down trying to get the snake.
Oh my God.
So it started attacking her.
Oh no.
Like whacking her in the face with its fucking wings. And it was clawing at her arm, trying to get this snake off of her arm. And she was screaming.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then finally the hawk grabbed the snake and it flew off. But I guess the snake was biting her at the same time. And her husband came, or no snake bite was found, but she saw what appeared to be snake venom on her glasses. So the snake
Oh my God, it oh my God.
And she went to the hospital and the doctor asked her, like, are you on drugs, lady? Because the story sounds crazy.
Insane.
She's like, no. Like, yeah, snake fell out of the sky and then a hawk. Like, okay, sure, lady.
I wonder, was it on video anywhere?
No.
Yeah, I mean, that would be unbelievable.
Amazing.
Like,
yeah, there's no video of it.
Because, I mean, as a doctor, if someone came in and was like, a hawk dropped a snake and then the snake started biting me and then the hawk tried to attack the snake, I'd be like,
Pixar didn't
how's
happen.
the bath salts? Yeah. Wow.
Sure it did. Okay.
That's insane. Well, I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah, that's scary. That's something that you have to worry about now. It's like, oh my God, a bird could be carrying a fucking snake and just drop it on your head.
There's so much you have to worry about these days. That's really bananas.
Yeah, it's scary to go outside.
And it's scary to be inside too. I read this man knocked down his basement wall. He was trying to just do a nice DIY project, and he discovered a vast underground city. This is like Barbarian style. Have you seen Barbarian?
Oh, have I seen Barbarian? That movie fucking rules.
Yeah, my favorite
it's so
movie.
Good.
So this is from Metro. .uk. On the list of surprising things to find in your basement, a vast underground city dating back centuries is probably high on the list. But that's what happened when what one man discovered in 1963 after taking a sledgehammer to the wall of his cellar in Turkey. The man, who has stayed anonymous for some reason, found a tunnel lurking behind the wall during a bit of home renovation. The tunnel led to another one and then another one behind that. He had unwittingly located the entrance to a huge underground city called Derinkiu. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. The subterranean warren had been abandoned for centuries and was eventually found to be 18 stories deep and capable of housing up to 20,000 residents.
What the fuck? It was all underground?
Yeah, this is like Silo. There were chapels, schools, and even stables down there.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, these pictures are crazy. Oh, it's
Yeah.
open to the public now.
Yeah, now it's open to... How?
20,000 people?
That's
like a third of Taylor Swift.
Swift concert. It was carved into volcanic rock and became a sort of man-made colony. They believe it was crafted between 7th and 8th century.
So you can see there's a photo and there's kind of like a hill.
Yeah, you can kind of see it from the back.
I guess little doors or like windows coming out of it.
Yeah, and I guess that all led
the ground.
That all led to his basement. If he knocked out a wall in his basement, that all led to that.
Can you imagine?
No, that's crazy.
Early Christians lived there,
fleeing the Romans and Muslims.
Wow.
During wars. It was like a whole underground. You know, I mean, this is so not similar, but you'll find that in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles version is that you'll find secret rooms and like secret storage because of Prohibition.
Right.
So like there's houses here where it will look like, you know, a wall.
Right.
And then you like open the wall somehow and there's like a whole secret room that used to be like a bar in the 20s.
That's cool.
Yeah, but this is a whole other...
Open to the public, although only 10% of the city is accessible. I would get lost in there.
Yeah, he must have found some skeletons down there.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your first call when you find an underground city in your house? Like, what do you even do?
Who would I call?
Well, I think you'd text me and Maria. I think it'd be like, oh my God.
I'd probably text you first and then I'd text Martin.
Yeah.
Be like, whoa, look at this in my house.
What the fuck?
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go to Turkey. It looks really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And they do, I think, cheap plastic surgery there. I think that's where Darcy and Stacy go to get their plastic surgery.
Oh yeah, they do like hair transplants for men.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, that's like the place to go where it's cheap.
Oh. Well, I don't want that.
Hair transplant?
No, maybe on my bush. Speaking of men, the Softy brothers. Is that how you pronounce their name?
Is it Safety?
I think it's the Safty. Softy Brothers sounds like it's like an ice cream company. Yeah, it sounds like an ice cream company. Anyways, they're doing their own version of true crime, but they're doing a 3-part HBO docuseries about telemarketing scams.
Oh, right. I saw this.
Yeah, which is fun. Oh, it says it debuts August 13. Oh, that's today.
Huh? What? That is today.
Whoa, where am I? What? That's today.
Did you listen to the Reply All episode, the long distance call, I think it's called?
It's the best one of the best podcast episodes of all time.
I think that's the best podcast episode I've ever listened to.
Yeah, so it's the Reply All podcast, which is a fantastic podcast, which I don't think they do anymore.
They don't make it anymore.
But basically, like, people call in with different things and they investigate it. But they investigate this call center in India that's doing like telemarketing scams, and they end up finding where the call center is, and they go to India to meet the guys in the telemarketing call center.
Yeah, like I guess I don't know who the host is, but he like ends up talking to a telemarketer and is just like, so what's your story? What's your name? What's your life? And then like goes and finds this guy, and it's fascinating.
It is. It's so interesting. What's the episode called again?
Long distance call.
Yeah, you guys gotta listen to it. It is so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess they're doing
I'll watch it.
a 3-part episode on that. Executive producers and Danny McBride. That'll be interesting. Oh, yeah. So then another interesting TV thing that's happening is Melissa and I are real Bravo heads.
Uh-huh.
And I'm so confused by this. She's like trying to unionize reality TV stars.
Yes. Which makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, pro-unions. Unionizing is great. It says Hollywood attorneys Brian Friedman and Mark Garagos accuse NBC Universal of covering up acts of sexual violence and more in its reality space. She wants to unionize, and I think they're doing like a lawsuit against NBC, Bravo, and E! I could be wrong, but it says these individuals have been mentally, physically, and financially victimized by NBC and threatened with ruin should they decide to speak out about their mistreatment. As a result, the sordid and dark underbelly of NBC's widely consumed reality TV universe has remained under wraps for far too long. Please be advised that the day of reckoning has arrived.
Wow. I mean, yes, it does make sense because some of these reality cast members don't get paid enough and some of their lives get ruined.
Well, if you think about like Raquel and Vanderpump Rules, like
there's no way she's making as much as like a network TV star for her to have her life ruined.
And also
like they do pay bumps, but I think the first season, I think they were making like $500 an episode or something.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And if you look now, there's pictures of the cast filming, and there's pictures of them like hugging Tom Sandoval and stuff.
I know.
And poor Raquel is like in Tucson, Arizona, like hiding for her life because
I don't
everyone
know
hates
that
her.
She's gonna be on the season.
It doesn't seem like it, and it's just reality TV can ruin someone's life.
Oh, absolutely.
So it says the letter accuses the company of a number of violations, which includes but is not limited to deliberate attempts to manufacture mental instability by plying cast members with alcohol while depriving them of food and sleep, denying mental health treatment to cast members displaying obvious and alarming signs of mental deterioration, exploiting minors for uncompensated and sometimes long-term appearances on NBC reality TV shows, distributing and or condoning the distribution of non-consensual pornography.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. Covering up acts of sexual violence.
Yeesh.
Refusing to allow cast members the freedom to leave their shows even under dire circumstances.
Oh.
In terms of covering up acts of sexual violence, I haven't watched the season of Below Deck, but I guess production stepped in to stop a attempted like rape in the last episode.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
I think they are, maybe in light of this unionizing and lawsuit, they're trying to be, I don't know. It's interesting. It's fascinating to me that it comes from Bethany, because I thought that she and Andy Cohen were like thick as thieves, like best friends. But maybe. So yeah, if you work in reality TV and know more about this, I'd be interested to hear what it's like being in production in reality TV, or being on reality TV, or the morals and ethics around it. I mean, I think part of what we like in reality TV is the messiness. So,
the drama and the people being ridiculous and like embarrassing themselves on TV, like that's why we all watch it.
Yeah. So if you take measures to actively take that away and prevent it, like what are we left with? Not to say that reality TV is good, but what will it be anymore?
Right.
What makes these people fascinating?
Because The Bachelor, I know they implemented a 2-drink maximum now for all their shows because of that the incident on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah,
where they had to shut down the show.
Yeah,
but yeah, they have 2-drink maximum because they would just let people drink all night long, not give them food.
Yeah. I mean, that's bad.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. There certainly has to be some sort of, like rules around it. What is this death cap mushroom?
This is a story from Australia. So 3 people died in a suspected poisoning case.
Oh.
From death caps, those mushrooms.
Scary.
So 2 couples were invited to have lunch at a home in Victoria. It was a local pastor and his wife.
Oh.
All 4 were known to locals as pillars of the community. That night, they all got really sick with what appeared to be food poisoning.
Oh, shit.
A week later, 3 of the 4 were dead.
Oh, my God.
The host of the gathering was a woman in her 40s and her 2 children who were unharmed.
Interesting.
So they think the victims ate death cap, which are the deadliest mushrooms. But they don't know if it was intentional or accidental.
Yeah, was she like foraging or something and got the wrong mushrooms?
I think so. She claims that she has no idea what happened. It was like accidental, and her 2 kids didn't eat the same food as the other people. But there was a food dehydrator found that they had, and it's weird. They don't know. It's strange. The deaths
It was like a
are
farmer's market
unexplained.
fail.
Yeah. So that's an interesting story. I guess death caps taste delicious. That's a thing, according to people who have mistakenly eaten them and survived.
That's interesting. It's like how poisonous, like snakes and poisonous spiders and bugs are really beautiful and colorful.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is that,
Well,
and
it's
death
so
caps
they
are
can-
delicious.
They can kill their victims.
Yeah, it like makes them more enticing or something.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But yeah, that's a crazy story that hasn't updated yet. But
That's why I'm like, when people go foraging for mushrooms, I'm always like, girl, be careful.
it's scary. You don't know what, unless you're like a professional.
Yeah, there's like a lot of weird mushrooms out there.
Isn't that how, what was that movie? The movie about the kid who was into the wild. Did he die by eating a death cap or whatever at the end?
Oh my God. I was thinking Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah,
And I was like, is that about an acid trip?
Similar vibes.
That actually would be interesting if that's what Where the Wild Things Are is actually about. Like that little kid goes into the forest and eats a psychedelic mushroom and then just
He's
imagines
just
all
tripping
these.
the whole time.
That actually is really, I like that take.
That would make sense.
I might want to skip this. Do you know anything about this Lil Tay person?
All I know is that she was trending on Twitter, and there was articles that she died, and I guess she was like, I think she's like a teenager now, but when she was 9, she was like in all these like viral videos for like being a famous rapper and like saying crazy things because she was 9 years old, and then she kind of like disappeared for a while because apparently her dad didn't want her to be on the internet anymore, but her mom did. And there was this announcement on her Instagram that she had died along with her brother.
Oh my God.
And everyone was like, huh? That's crazy. But then turns out her Instagram was hacked. So she's still alive.
And I read people think that it was like a publicity stunt or
That's
something.
what people are thinking. Because it took a day for them to respond after the message went up. So everyone's like, why did it take a day for you to say that you're not dead?
Yeah, and I've also I don't know anything really about this girl or this family, but I've heard also that her parents might be a little suspect or allegedly abusive or weird or things like that.
Yeah, I read that too. I don't know.
I don't
it's
know.
weird.
Yeah, if you guys follow this, let us know. Because it's confusing. I read also about these spiders that cause boners.
What is this? I saw a couple of people have posted this on Instagram.
I thought it was a joke at first, but it's real. So a supermarket was evacuated after spiders whose bite can cause painful erections or death were spotted. I love that that's the two options. You'll either get a boner or you die. Yeah.
Or you die.
The two options.
It's either really cool or it really sucks.
Yeah. So a supermarket in Austria was evacuated after a spider whose bite is capable of causing erections or death was spotted. It's 45 miles out of Vienna. The store has been closed since Tuesday. The 4-inch spider was in a box of bananas.
4-inch. I mean, that's a pretty. Is that a tarantula?
It's tarantula size. It's known as the banana spider.
Oh, I've seen pictures of those. Was that on what's that movie? Arachnophobia, where there was like bananas that get transported and there's just a spider in it and it comes out and it
really
kills everyone. I think.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
Banana spiders are scary.
This is crazy. They're saying that they're hoping to use part of the spider venom to develop drugs for erectile dysfunction. The chemicals in its bite could lead to a treatment more effective than Viagra.
Wait, it kills you within 2
Not
to 6
if it could also
hours?
kill you.
Whoa, they're in Central America.
In 2019, scientists at the Federal University said the chemicals in its bite could lead to a treatment more effective than Viagra after they included them in a gel, which led to prolonged erections in a study of mice and rats.
I guess if you don't use too much venom.
That's like Botox. It's like we're really rolling the dice.
Medical significance. Wow. They usually hide in dark places, clothes, cars, boots, boxes, and log piles. When you put on your shoes,
Always.
do you always just do a little tap?
Always.
Tap, tap, tap.
I'm terrified of spiders. Wow, this is huge and it's yellow.
Eee. Scary.
Now
Symptoms may appear within 10 to 20 minutes after the bite and death within 2 to 6 hours.
I like
severe
legit
pain.
psychosomatic feel like I'm like covered in spiders now.
Increased blood pressure, vertigo, fever, sweating, visual disturbances, nausea, vomiting, paralysis.
That's not a good time. Oh, speaking of animals that are better than that are fun.
Have you seen this video
of
the bears that look like humans wearing costumes?
Oh yeah, they have funny butts.
Yeah, they have very funny butts.
They have like real flat butts.
It looks like a bear. There's this video on Instagram I saw of these. It's a bear standing up, but it looks legit like a person just wearing a bear costume.
It's a specific kind of bear though. What is it? Oh, it's called the sun bear. A sun bear.
Yes. So this article in AP says, "Our bears are real," a Chinese zoo says, denying they are humans in disguise.
It's their body is just built so different.
Yeah, their sun bears from Malaysia are smaller than other bears and they look different. Some people think they stand like a person.
They're kind of like skinny.
They're skinny. They're small bears. I think they're as big as like, a little bigger than a dog.
Melissa, what do you mean a little bigger than a dog?
Well, they're like on all fours. They're like...
You're crazy.
They look like little... I don't know. They're so funny.
Wait, what?
They kind of look like they have like sloth...
Yeah.
Like hands and snouts.
And their butts are just like wrinkly. They don't go out. They're like flat butt. Oh, they only weigh 140. They weigh 55 to 143 pounds.
Yeah, they're tiny little guys.
Oh my God, you're right. They are small. They're only 28 inches big.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Wait, how big
they're
is
little wrinkly butts.
How many feet is... Wait, 12, 20... They're only like 2 feet tall?
Yeah, they're tiny.
Whoa, these pictures don't really do it justice.
I know they look like
bigger than
giant
that.
bears, but they're like they're like kids.
Yeah, that's so cute.
That's funny that they had to deny that they are actually humans in costume.
Well, also, I mean, because this one's like waving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that looks like, because it's standing on its hind legs and it's like waving.
It's waving. It has one paw up.
Yeah. If I saw any animal standing on its hind legs like a human and waving,
I would just go over and be
I'd
like, you're a human. So
that's
like
a
poking
person.
at it. And it would just like, "Rawr."
Yeah, I'd eat you.
Eat me.
Crazy. Another fun animal thing, a new sea creature dropped.
Hell yeah.
It has a massive sea creature, 20 arms, attached to a strawberry-shaped body found in the Antarctic Ocean.
Strawberry-shaped body.
It can change color from purple to dark reddish.
Is it like an octopus?
It looks kind of like an octopus.
20 arms.
They call it the strawberry feather star.
New species. You know what's crazy is there's probably like thousands of species that we don't even know about.
Oh, bajillions. Also,
bajillions.
If you look at this thing, I'm like, I was about to say that's not human, but like obviously it's not human. But I mean,
it looks weird.
Everything that we think aliens look like in movies, I'm like, that's what deep sea creatures are.
Yeah. H.R. Geiger creatures.
I mean, that's crazy. It looks like it's kind of like bioluminescent too.
Live down to 65 feet to 65,000 feet underwater.
It's kind of a large margin.
Large margin.
Large margin. Crazy.
What else is going on?
I saw this article. This judge in Orange County Judge Jeffrey Ferguson has been charged with murder in the shooting of his wife Cheryl in their Anaheim Hills home.
Huh?
This judge just called in saying, "I just shot my wife. I won't be into work tomorrow."
What?
Yeah. He said he alerted his staff that he won't be taking the bench at the Fullerton courthouse to handle the next day's calendar. He said, "I just lost it. I just shot my wife. I won't be in tomorrow. I'll be in custody. I'm so sorry."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why?
Isn't that crazy? Just like,
he's 72.
I guess he was it says the judge intoxicated.
Oh.
He was drunk. Still, and he did it in front of their son.
Oh my God. 65-year-old Cheryl Ferguson had been shot. He posted $1 million bail.
Oh God.
He got out of prison? Oh, they got into an argument over dinner at a restaurant where he threatened her by making a hand gesture indicative of pointing a gun at her. The argument continued when they got home, where Cheryl said, "Why don't you point a real gun at me?"
Jesus.
And then the judge, intoxicated, pulled a Glock 40 caliber pistol from his ankle holster and shot her in the chest.
The police confiscated 47 firearms in his home, plus 26,000 rounds of ammunition.
What are you doing with that much ammo?
Yeah, why does this judge need 47 firearms and that much ammo?
Wow. He asked the officers to shoot him. Wow. Wait, what is the wife? That's why you should own guns. No one should own a fucking gun.
It's insane to me that we're allowed to have guns. Why? Why do we need a gun?
Because this guy was clearly drunk.
Yeah.
And was just angry and was like, "Fuck you, I'm going to shoot you."
I'm going to shoot you.
If he didn't have a gun, wouldn't have shot his wife. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and is in a position where he thinks he has the power, where he probably, like, imagine casually calling into work like, "Hey, I'm not going to come into the courthouse tomorrow because I shot my wife." Like,
and he's a judge.
Yeah, you're insane.
What's he judging?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah. Last but not least, I'm gonna have to do a whole episode on this. There's another thing. AI poses doomsday risks and present harms.
Great. Does AI know when we're all gonna die?
I mean, does it? I just don't even understand.
It should know. You know?
It really should know,
right?
These algorithms. I actually don't even want to get too much into it because I haven't done enough research to know how AI is going to kill us yet. And I've also heard of something called the basilisk. Have you heard of this?
Oh, what is that?
It has something to do with AI, basilisk AI.
Because shouldn't AI be able to predict like the next pandemic, you would think? Is it capable of doing that?
I don't know. Okay, Rocco's basilisk is a thought experiment which states that an otherwise benevolent artificial superintelligence, that too, in the future would be incentivized to create a virtual reality simulation to torture anyone who knew of its potential existence but did not directly contribute to its advancement or development in order to incentivize said advancement. So basically, like anyone who is against AI is going to be punished by AI.
That was an episode of The Big Ones that Marie and Amanda did where it was something about that where like, would you be something having to do with I welcome AI into our lives because I don't want it to hear me saying that I don't like it.
That's smart because otherwise the basilisk
It'll
is going to
for me.
torture you in a virtual reality hell. Yeah, we got to do an episode on the basilisk, but maybe find someone who actually knows something about it.
Somebody knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. If you know anything about the basilisk or AI, please call or email in. We'd love to have you as a guest. I think that's about it for today. Melissa, do you know anything else that we need to talk about?
I think that's about it.
Great. If people want to reach us, where can they do so?
You can email us at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com.
All right. Well, I am Allie. I'll bow to our basilisk AI overlords, Siegel.
I'm Melissa. I too welcome our new robot overlord, Stetton.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bimbo News! Bimbo News! Bimbo News! Bimbo News! All the news you can handle. Bimbo News! So tune in to this channel. Bimbo News! Everything you want to know about recent